we rolling? There we go. All right, we're doing
Apparently.
it again. Yeah, the weekly podcast. I'm here with a man that needs no introduction, but I'm going to introduce him anyway. The hydro weight champion of the world, Harley Smith, on that side. And in this corner, I'm the organic mechanic with Kelp4less.com. And boy, Harley was telling me some exciting news. He got a pretty neat invitation from a growing group to do a presentation, I think, this spring. And
Hmm.
boy, it sounds pretty good. So, kind of, what do you know about it, Harley? I know it's still in its infancy, but yeah, tell us some good news.
Yeah, this is it's gonna be fun. It's the International Giant Pumpkin Growers Association. And next spring, 2025, it's going to be held in Green Bay at the Lambeau. It's not Lambeau Field. It's not the auditorium, but at the Lambeau Convention Center thing.
Yeah, in
And
Titletown, Titletown, here you come.
somewhere in Green Bay. And we picked a topic, and I wanted to talk about organic biostimulants. At this
Oh,
point,
there we
it's
go.
kind of general. I don't know what I'm going to focus on yet because I just got the invitation confirmed this a couple of days ago. But yeah, I've talked to them before, to the Wisconsin Giant Pumpkin Growers Association, and I even at one point I worked with a giant pumpkin grower in Indiana doing growing a hydroponic giant pumpkin. That's pretty cool. So I guess it was helpful because they're inviting me back to an international convention. So I'm kind of excited. It'll be fun. And of course, it's not a topic I have to study up on from scratch. I've been doing classes on biostimulants and writing articles for many years. As you know, I have
Mhm.
access to lots of really great products from this company called Kelp4less. You've heard of them.
Right. I've heard of them too. Yeah. Good
and
guys over there.
it must be working because if they are applying what they've learned over the years and they feel it's helpful, then I'll be able to spread the word internationally in the spring.
There you go. Yeah. Boy, and those guys push the envelope. I mean, they keep pushing the envelope. And boy, the time, and everything they put into that. So, yeah, hopefully you can spread a good message and give them some pointers, and we just keep taking it to the next level. That's
Mhm.
good. Congratulations. That's fun.
Yeah, I was honored to be chosen for that, to be selected as one of the keynote speakers. So yeah, that'll be cool. I'll hop a plane so I don't have to drive through Chicago and get to attend their awards banquet too. They invited me to that, so that'll be fun too because I get to see the pictures and find out what the new world records are for giant pumpkins, which is always amazing that they get better and better each year.
Yeah, that'll be fun. That'll be fun. Who knows? Maybe I might run into you down there. You never know.
Who knows? Maybe you come out and hang out with us. Yeah, one guy,
That's good.
one giant pumpkin grower that I worked with down in Indiana, he actually put up a 1,000-watt light outdoors,
Mm.
HPS light, so that he could extend the light and extend the growing season. That's how much these guys are into it. Built its own little thing for it. They'll warm up the ground too. They'll put in the heating cables so they can keep the root
Hmm.
zone temperature warm. Anything they can do to extend the growing season and
Yeah.
improve the water uptake. So these, I like these guys. These are true fanatics, and I'll fit right in with them.
Yeah, it's a good crowd. Yeah. Yeah, I like talking with them and working with them as well, just because it's like me and you. Uh, they're into what it takes. They're into the inputs. They're very knowledgeable. They're very progressive, and but just the physical labor that they put in and the time. Um, I mean, it's just like having a couple kids during the growing season. You know, one
Mhm.
guy told me every day's pumpkin day. There's no days off on the pumpkin in the patch. Yeah, I'm there. I'm doing it. There's once you start, there's no let up, and it's fun. It's fun to be a part of that and talk to them and work with them on some issues. In our in right here at our shop. We had a gentleman move to our area. His career brought him to our area, and he's a really bit. He likes doing the giant pumpkins, and he couldn't believe he was moving to the same town as Kelp4less because he'd been a customer for a while. And when his career brought him our way, he walked into the shop and couldn't believe it. Like he was so excited. I can't believe it. I can just walk in here. We give him the whole tour and show him all our stuff. And he said, "Now you have a lot of products that I don't see for sale on your website." And I'm like, "Oh yeah, we've got all the good stuff. We got it all here. Just come and see us." There's just some things we don't sell online. We kind of
Mhm.
keep them to make our blends and things like that. And there's a lot of reasons for that. Some regulations, some this, some that. There's just not everything we have for sale is online. So if you're looking for something, go ahead and shoot us an email or call into um, any one of our staff will talk to you, help you find whatever it is you're looking for. And if we don't have it, we can point you in the right direction. But anyway, so it's been fun getting that relationship with this gentleman that he's in our town. Like we've been to his patch, and he invites us over to his house and runs stuff by us, and it's been fun. They're just good, hardworking people. So
Yeah.
congratulations, that'll be fun for you.
Mhm. Well, I got to use one of your products this week in my own garden.
Oh yeah,
I mixed up your five to two, your 5-2 blend, 5 parts humic acid, 2 part kelp.
all
And
right.
what I really liked about it was that it was such a fine powder that it was a lot more soluble. I was using some before that was kind of looked like little crystals. They were larger crystals, and when I used it in the root zone, I was using it in a deep water culture system, and it actually made it darkened the roots, and it had a kind of a negative effect. So I dumped that out. Next day, I used some of yours with a nice powder, mix it up nice and light. So it was kind of like a dark tea color, and the plants immediately responded. So I mixed it up for a foliar, but I also used just a small amount of what was left over. I used it at the roots because I want to stimulate root growth. I want healthy roots. I want some stress tolerance, and mainly, I wanted to get some trace elements because I was having, I don't know why, but I was having a little bit of trouble with trace element uptake. The calcium, or either that or boron, one of the two. I can't understand it because I was using a full spectrum nutrient. So for me, if I have a deficiency, easiest way around it is do a foliar. So I used your product. There's lots of trace elements there. Help the roots, maybe help with the uptake,
Mhm.
and a little extra stress tolerance until the plants recover. So
Right, right,
passing
good.
that back to you.
Let me address this a little bit too, where you were talking about the different kinds of soluble humics out there. So a lot of the crystals or the flakes, excuse me, still still recovering from a throat thing, and but anyway, a
Yeah,
lot of
God
the
bless you.
flakes thank you, thank you. The flakes and the crystals, a lot of those are not derived from leonardite. They're derived from lignin, the pulp and paper industry and things like that. And the way they process it, it turns it into a potassium humate. And so it does have humic acid properties, but it's kind of a byproduct and very highly processed, where our humic acid, it is 100% from leonardite. We don't like the lignin, the potassium humates. It's soluble, it looks pretty, and yes, it does have humic acid content. But if you use a humic that's derived from leonardite, you get a lot more substances in that than just humic acid. So there are some trace elements in it, and it's generally higher in naturally occurring fulvic acid. So that's a good point that you brought up. and humic that is derived from leonardite in soluble form, it does take a little bit extra mixing and working to get that into solution compared to the crystal and the flake. So anyway, just keep that in mind when you talk about the biostimulants. You want one in soil, in plants for good biology. You really want that leonardite derived one, not the potassium humate derived one. I don't think we've ever talked about that.
No, we haven't. Yeah, the Leonardite is obviously the best source, unless it's plant
Hmm.
derived. There's another
True,
option there. But
true, yeah.
no, Leonardite is definitely that prehistoric compost piles. Lots of nice chelated trace elements there.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Well, and your plants responded well to it?
Yeah, so far I think so. It hasn't been long. It's only been a couple of days. That's why off camera this morning I said, you know what, I need some yucca because I really want to have a better coverage of the leaves with it when I do my foliar. Have a nice fine mist, but I'd like it to spread out more in a thin film instead of kind of beating up. And so if I can, order some or get some or not fulvic acid, but the yucca extracts, that's the one ingredient that I'd love to add to that foliar. I think it'll be more effective.
I know a place that can send you some. So let me just make a note here. And
Just a little. I don't need, a little goes a long way. You only need just a little bit of a bag. That's it.
okay,
I can
Harley
stretch it
needs a 25-pound box of yucca.
out. Yeah, for 10 lifetimes.
Yeah, we'll get some coming to you. What else do you need? Or are you running low on?
No, that's about it. I look around. What else do I need? No, that's the one thing I definitely need. Uh, Maybe the other thing might be some fulvic.
Okay.
Um,
Okay.
but mainly the yucca. I mean, that's the only ingredient I'm missing. I still have some of the other for the time being, but appreciate it.
Okay.
With the giant pumpkin growers, one of the big problems they have is powdery mildew on the leaves. So I'm definitely going to be talking to them about the amino acids as well, uh,
Mm.
because yeah, that's a problem. The cucumber growers in the same, they're in the same boat. They have uh, they're more susceptible to the powdery mildew. So I'm going to do some things to help them with keeping the calcium uptake going, which is really important, I think, for the either one, and also to help protect the plant against powdery mildew, so they'll be able to do photosynthesis for a longer period of time. But
All right.
I'm good with
All right.
amino
And
acids.
I'm having some technical difficulties on my side. I don't know if it's my system or your system, but from my end, we're cutting in and out quite. I don't know if you can copy
Yeah,
that.
did am I cutting in and out too, or just you?
Yeah, yeah. I don't know on and off. Um, Wrap this up. So if you can hear me, I'll get some yucca coming your way and pick up this conversation next time. Hopefully next week I'll be on location. We'll have a fun little in the field podcast, depending on the service there.
Okay,
That would be cool.
all right. Well, nice talking to you. This is a short one this time. Last time we went over. Last week I was over a gigabyte of memory on it. That was a little. I had to do a lot, go through a few hoops to get you that link, um, but we worked it out.
Right.
So this one will make up for too long last week, a little short this week. Next week will be just
Okay.
right.
Yeah, that'll work. That'll work. So if you can hear me and see me, um,
I can.
I'll I'll talk to you real soon, and we'll get some stuff in the mail for you.
Okay, talk to you later.
Okay. All right. Thanks, Harley.